Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Los Angeles, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets. Hey, this is Jimmy. Who's this?
Well, hello, Jimmy. This is your old friend, Andrew Cuomo, former governor of the state of New York.
Hello, Governor. It's been a while.
It has been too long is what it has been. And I wanted to call you to touch base and reconnect because not only do I enjoy talking to you, but it has always been important to me to have the opportunity to connect with your audience in particular.
Boy, it's so obvious that you're on some kind of grift right now.
Jimmy, I am a proud Italian American.
Oh, brother.
Sorry, just a reflex. I say that whenever I get accused of something.
All right. So what's new with you, Governor?
Jimmy, what's new with me is nothing new at all. I am being persecuted.
Uh-huh.
The dogs of persecution have been unleashed on me. The hounds of anti-Italian sentiment, along with the snarling curs of anti-Semitism.
Anti-Semitism? You're not even Jewish.
Jimmy, I identify so closely with my Jewish brothers and sisters that I take anti-Semitism personally. It is as if I myself am being targeted.
Well, isn't that something? Can you tell me a little more about this persecution you're suffering?
Well, Jimmy, I'll spare you the details of the various stations of the cross, but I can name my Judas Iscariot, and his name is Peter Kaufman.
Who?
Peter Kaufman is a former communications director of mine who has decided to betray me and now communicates bullshit about me.
What do you mean?
Jimmy, I have not even announced yet that I'm running for mayor. But some people have gotten that sense because I have done every possible little obvious conniving thing to shore up political support for myself. But even at this early stage, this Peter Kaufman has created an organization funded by donors, very suspicious if you ask me, whose sole purpose is to convince New Yorkers that I am unfit for office. This is a backstabbing par excellence.
Interesting. Do they take small donations too? I'll get out my checkbook.
Ha ha ha. Very funny. Feel free to throw your money away along with the big donors whom I can only assume are virulent anti-Semites, because their tactics won't work. They're not going to stop me with this backstabbery, because I have perhaps the greatest secret weapon in all of New York politics, my loyal spokesman, Rich as a Party.
Is that so?
That is so. When my enemies, who have sought to besmirch not only my name, but also that of my dear brother, came after me for my handling of COVID, Rich turned on them by saying in so doing they were repeating a Republican talking point. How clever is that?
Quite clever.
And then fired off the following sentence in a press release, quote, "At a time when government at all levels are facing a crisis in competence and the city itself is dealing with the migrant situation, along with rising homelessness, anti-Semitism, and an affordability-fueled exodus, these de Blasio refugees are bear-hugging MAGA lies in some sort of legally dubious dark money exercise while real, actual, crucial elections for the White House and Congress are hitting the home stretch." Whew! Now, if my guy can come up with wackadoo copy like that, there's no stopping me.
Any criticism of your administration is now MAGA lies, huh?
Isn't it brilliant? Something like that takes fucking balls. And as a party, he's a bull like me.
Oh, brother.
Don't say brother, I get too emotional. But anyway, I am not simply on the defensive, I am on the offensive as well. As ever, the Cuomo ground game is unparalleled. I am out in these streets, Jimmy.
I'm sure you are.
Indigenous Peoples Day? Fuck that. Columbus Day. Dia Colombo. I was out in the parades with my fellow proud Italian Americans celebrating the great man who founded this country.
He didn't found...
Silencio! I am also canoodling with religious Jews, touting my unwavering support for Israel and patiently listening to their concerns, primarily that the mayor is black. And I offer solutions to that.
I see.
And conversely, I'm also getting cozy with the African American community here in New York City. Not quite to Bill Clinton levels, but hopefully at least to Al Gore levels. For example, I will attend those church services and I'll clap along, but I probably won't sway back and forth. The first two groups I mentioned would not care for that.
Wow, I must say, you really have got this figured out.
New York is a beautiful, intricate, and complicated tapestry of ethnicity and faith, and I wouldn't want to live anywhere else. I am all these peoples, and they are me, and I play the fuck out of them.
You sure do. Now, there's no chance of you just quietly leaving public life and entering private practice as a lawyer or something, is there?
Jimmy, are you crazy? And leave all this behind? The playing, the canoodling, the not swaying? It's intoxicating. Jimmy, it makes me feel alive. With every deft and clever move I make, it's like drinking Sambuca in the moonlight. I'll never leave it behind, Jimmy. I'm a New York politician through and through. Are you going to quit your YouTube channel and go manage a Kinko's?
If I have to keep talking to you, I just might.
Oh, come on now, Jimmy. Don't be like that. Whether you want to admit it or not, you need people like me. What if all politicians were goody two-shoes Boy Scouts? You'd be out of a job. What, you want the incorruptible calling into your show? How fucking boring would that be? Forget about it.
If I were out of a job because suddenly every elected official's decided to act right, I wouldn't mind being unemployed if that were the reason.
You didn't mean a fucking word of that. You're too much of a fucking bull, like me. So you need me and others like me. You need to be angered by my schemes, to be tickled at the way I say brother, and all the rest. You'd be so sad if I didn't call you anymore. But I must bid you adieu. I'm late for a dinner engagement. Can you guess with whom?
Who?
Chris Cuomo.
Oh, jeez. Hey, come see us on tour. We're going to be in Los Angeles, Columbus, Ohio, Dayton, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Lexington, Kentucky, Burbank, California, and Honolulu. Go to jimmydore.com for a link for tickets.